welcome to or welcome back to my channel. For this video, I wanted to kind of do a vlog where I was like mood reading, but then I was also kind of showing realistically how much I read during the week, because this week I'm working about, I think, 4 days this week. So I wanted to see how much reading I can get done while working this week, while trying to do other things. And I really want to vlog more. I want to vlog more of my reading experience, because I always say I want to and then I either forget to or I like give up on doing it halfway through. I don't really know what I'm reading in this vlog yet. I actually have no idea. I only have one book planned for this vlog. Other than that, I have no idea. The one book that I said that I had planned, will be reading first, because I can't wait anymore. It just came out to new release, and that is Daydream by Hannah Grace. I have been waiting for this book to come out since Icebreaker. Since the first book in the series came out, I have been dying for Henry's book, and the fact that we finally have it, I no longer can wait. I went and got it as soon as it was released. We're gonna start this one first. I'm very excited. Obsessed with this book so far. Oh my gosh. Last time I talked to y'all, I was just like introducing that I was going to be reading this book first. And then after that, I kind of just spent the rest of the day reading. And then I read all of this morning. That's all I've been doing up until this point. I've just been reading. I've been so into this story and this storyline. I love Henry. I like always knew I was going to love his book, because I loved him from the moment that we meet him in Icebreaker. I'm about halfway through at the moment, and I am just loving Hallie and Henry. I love their dynamic. I love how she's like the reserved girl who loves reading, loves romance. She's like writing this book right now, and he's like helping her. Love how blunt Henry is, but he's not blunt in a rude way. He's blunt in the way of just, he's literally saying anything and everything that comes to his mind. The biggest thing that I love about him being blunt and being direct, he's very direct, is just the fact that he says what he wants to her. He says what he needs. He doesn't allow her to question his intentions. He doesn't allow her to question his actions as to why he's doing things. And I love that, because I feel like in romance books, we're always running into this problem where we don't know, where like the FMC doesn't know what's going on in the mind of the MMC, or vice versa. Like, we're always running into that problem with like the communication. But so far, their communication has been great. This story flows very well, and I've just been really enjoying it. I have to leave for work in about 2 hours. So right now I'm planning to just keep reading. I have a coffee. I'm in this book. You guys, I just finished Daydream by Hannah Grace, and let me just say, this book just felt very sweet, very authentic. I loved it. I feel like this book was perfect for like Henry, because Henry has always been just like a very sweet guy to me, the way he's portrayed in the other books. So it made sense for Hannah Grace to write him to be exactly like that in this book. I love how big of a Swiftie Hallie is. Like, there were so many like low-key Taylor Swift references in this book, and I was eating them up. She would reference songs. She always wore her folklore cardigan. Like, I loved it. There was this mention of One Direction and how her stepsister was going through like a One Direction phase. I really appreciated those moments a lot. I'm reading, and why am I getting emotional over a scene? So I already know that this book is gonna give me all time no chat. I haven't filmed like me talking about Out on a Limb at all, I don't think. So yes, the second book I decided to choose was Out on a Limb. I've been seeing so much about this book. This book has been popular, I think, this whole year, and I've only heard great things about it. So I decided that it was just time for me to get on in there and read it because I was finally in the mood to do so. And I'm so glad I did because I love this story. I remember I was only like 75 pages into this book, and I just knew that I was going to want to get the physical copy of it so that I could have it on my bookshelf and remember it and tab it and just keep all those details that I know I was going to want to remember from reading this book. This one follows Win and Bo, and they share this great night together. They have a one-night stand. Win ends up finding out that she's pregnant. She, talks to Bo about it. You know how the pregnancy trip goes. And they spend the whole book just working through this unexpected journey that they are both being taken on together. And I loved it because a true friendship was built between these two people. They are just perfect for each other. I love how the author, she mentions and she shares that she also had the disability that Bo, our FMC, shares in this book. She has that same disability that she does. And, Bo has a prosthetic leg. I just loved, getting to learn about how love brings people together. Love is always the core of everything that people do. I'm so glad I got to read this book. I'm so glad that authors are making books like this because this is so important, and it's not a typical thing that you see in books, and I love that about it even more. I really like this story. I'm gonna have to read more of her books because I really liked her writing too. I already know what I'm gonna read third for this video. I had been wanting this to be a realistic week in my life of how much I read when I know I'm busy with working and social life things. And it was, I say, from Monday to Sunday, I ended up finishing 2 books, which I'm proud of myself for. I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to finish a second book, but I ended up sitting down last night and binging the rest of Out on a Limb because I just couldn't stop reading it. But there's one more book that actually just came out that I would love to just include in this video. This is one of my favorite authors ever, and this is the second book in a new series that she just has started. Wild Eyes by Elsie Silver. My girl Elsie, I love her so much. She's one of my favorite authors. Chestnut Springs is one of my favorite series ever. This whole series is gonna be single dad, which that's one of my favorite tropes. This book follows, I think, a pop star who comes to the town. That's literally all I know about it. And I like to go into books blind. I trust Elsie. I trust her writing. I know no matter what she writes, I'll end up enjoying it. So I'm excited. Down, I'm cozy, and I don't feel like sitting up to give you guys the book update. But reading Wild Eyes, I'm really close to being finished. I have less than 100 pages. This book has been reading so easily so far. I'm really loving the dynamic between Skylar and Wes. I really like Wes. I like his personality. I like how goofy he is, how attentive he is towards his kids, and I'm also loving the personalities that the kids have in this book. Ollie is such a sweetheart. Me is such a firecracker. She's so entertaining. So I've been really enjoying the moments that we get with the kids, and how Skylar interacts with them, how much they take a liking towards her, and how Wes fits in perfectly with the whole dynamic. Okay, I'm back. Can we tell that this is my favorite place to film my bedroom? Elsie Silver, she just couldn't write a bad book if she tried. She just is such a talented writer, and every book that she writes is entertaining. I really enjoyed this book. I sat down one day, read 100 pages, and then yesterday I sat down and I stayed up pretty late reading this because I'll be one more chapter. And then I got to 300 something pages, and at that point when I woke up today, I only had 50 pages left. So I was oh yeah, I'm definitely finishing this book today. I would say at first I didn't know how well I would like it because sometimes I'm weird about when the FMC is a pop singer. I don't know, sometimes that trope is either like cheesy to me, boring, or I just like don't care enough about that like niche to get into the storyline. But I like didn't mind it at all. I loved Skylar. We could tell immediately when we first meet her that she had a lot of baggage, and that's why she was fleeing to Rose Hill. I just loved Wes. I loved him. He was just so sweet. I've said that about every MMC in this video, but I've like loved all of these book boyfriends so far. Wes was just super sweet. The way he talked to her, the way he treated his kids. I just love them together. I just wanted to do a quick little roundup. First, I read Daydream. I would rate this book, I feel like, also 4.25 or 4.5 stars. I know that's annoying, but that's just where I'm at with this. Out on a limb, I would rate this one definitely 4.5 as well. And I think this one is a strong 4.5 for me. Daydream, I was like a little skeptical. Wild Eyes, I was a little iffy with my rating. But this one is a strong 4.5 stars for me. I really enjoyed all three of these books. If you're still watching, thank you for sticking around to the end. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'll be back for more. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!